That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for another XRP video where we're going to be discussing the technical analysis, what's been going on with the price action, and what I think is likely to happen next. As I get into the video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Let's jump right down into this one, right? So XRP paired up with USDT, are we using the 𝗕𝗬𝗀𝗃 spot exchange, and this is the 1 hour time frame. This particular chart is all about smart money concepts, showing us and tracking big movements within big funds and basically creating pockets of liquidity issues and liquidity hunting, a little bit of manipulation at times as well. So let's jump into it and see what's been going on. So following on from yesterday's video, we can see that we were at higher highs and higher lows, and we were talking about how they have a tendency to wanting to break to the downside. We were actually expecting a move upwards above the equilibrium, but it does look like the 200 EMA, the 50 EMA, and the equilibrium combined really pushed the price action down, and we broke down out of our higher lows and higher highs structure. Essentially, as expected, we were moving down. Obviously, we were expecting first to tap the higher range one more time, but you know, it is what it is. And you can see right now, we're also getting rejected back on that 50 EMA and equilibrium, so we expect further downside. Let's remove our trend lines because they're just pointless anyway. We can see that the fair value gap at the top here was filled. We can remove that one now. And we can see that there is a fair value gap down here, a little bit deeper in the price chart, coming in at 46.597 to 46.871. For those who do not know what a fair value gap is, let's just head over to 𝗕𝗬𝗀 for this one. Go to the trade area. We'll go over to spot trading and we'll find XRP USDT pair. I'll just tap into that. And we can also search for it in here with the ticker if we wanted to. Now, the reason I come over here is it's easy to explain what fair value gaps are when you can actually see and represent what's creating them. Okay, the creation of a fair value gap like this one down here at 46.597 and 46.871 is created from an imbalance in the order books. Okay, so in this particular example, price was on the low side here and a large buy order comes in. A large amount of money places an order for XRP, but it can't fill that order at that low price because there's not enough people selling at that low range. And as such, price has to move up higher to fill that buy order. It has to find sellers, okay, and sellers are usually higher in the price chart, not lower. And so what this represents, it represents a liquidity problem. At that particular price, the price was illiquid, okay? It means that the market was illiquid at that price range. And what that means is there isn't enough buying and selling happening in that range to basically keep the price stable. You're not able to easily transfer XRP for USDT or USDT for XRP within that price range. And as such, this gap gets left behind. Now, the importance of the gap. The importance of the gap is that gaps like to get filled, or price likes to go back to where liquidity wasn't at some point in the future. Okay, and we can see that there was a gap that was left over here and it got filled. It took some time, but we eventually filled that gap out, right? And we can see that we can start to move back down, okay, and gaps start to get filled. So the importance of the gap is essentially that big money can come in, create these pockets of illiquidity, and price will respect that and want to pull back down into that range. It basically is something that we can see time and time again with large funds being able to push the price in a particular direction and liquidate people, grab liquidity, and basically make money from getting people wrecked, essentially. And there's also a thing called liquidity hunting. It's not really inside the scope of smart money concepts, but it does tie in quite nicely with smart money concepts in the way that liquidity issues occur within pockets of price, and price wants to go back down and put liquidity in those ranges. And if you're liquidity hunting, then you can see the moves going on a little bit more clearly as well. And so the idea of smart money concepts is you're following the big money, you're following their movements, and you're able to basically just hitch a ride, I guess, on the back of a humpback whale. So coming back into our charts here, obviously outside of 𝗕𝗬𝗀, but using the 𝗕𝗬𝗀 chart. And I guess it was probably worth noting that if you are looking for XRP and you're looking for buy it on spot and you don't know what exchange you can go ahead and buy it on, why not check out 𝗕𝗬𝗀? It's like my go-to platform. All my leverage trading is done on 𝗕𝗬𝗀, but 90 to 95% of all my spot trading is also done on 𝗕𝗬𝗀. So you can buy XRP on spot via 𝗕𝗬𝗀 and withdraw that to your cold storage wallet or your MetaMask wallet or wherever you kind of want to store it. I don't think you can actually do it on MetaMask. Maybe you can. I've never really looked at that. I put mine onto Ledger because I think that's the best place to kind of put it, in my opinion. So if you are looking for a new exchange, why not check out the affiliate link for BitGet in the description down below. I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. But yeah, if you're looking for one, why not check it out? Let's jump back down into the price charts, right? So knowing that we kind of broke down a little bit here, and we can kind of see what else do we note that's going on here. Well, we can see that we completed a 3-wave pattern within here from an Elliott wave theory point of view. Okay, we can also note that we completed a 3-wave movement to the upside right inside here as well. Minimum expectation met. And so we can see a big move coming down. We bounced up in a 3-wave fashion and we come down in a 3-wave. Now, it's possible that this is done and that we don't have to go down any lower here. However, I suspect, considering that we've completed a 3-wave pattern here as well, that we are probably going to get rejected off this equilibrium range and we're going to come down even deeper. That range that we'll be looking to come down towards would be basically a 1-to-1 or 1.236 on the A wave for the C wave. That puts us right down here. Yep, you bet it, right on that fair value gap. Let me go ahead and draw this in, right? We can kind of see that this would fall in line here at 46.316 to 46.851, okay? That there would give us a 3-wave pattern. Let me go ahead and tidy this up so you can kind of see. Okay, we'll tidy it up to make it a little bit clearer. A, B, and then C coming down here into that fair value gap. Now, we want to cross-reference that with the move that we saw over here, okay, because we do have a potential move that can also correlate with that. And this one actually comes down a little bit deeper, okay? So there's no guarantees that we come down this deep because we don't have the internal workings to support it, but this one would show us at 45.84 to 46.019. I think ultimately though, we are more than likely going to just hit into the fair value gap and you're going to find an immense amount of buying pressure in this range, I would have thought, and then we're going to start to see the price reverse from here. And then this puts us into the next kind of conundrum, which is, are we actually just in a corrective pattern from a bigger move to the upside, where we are of course going to be taking a look at that 60-cent range, which I think I have mapped up on this one. Not this one, maybe this one here we go. So with this one, as you can kind of see, we have the potential target range actually a little bit higher here at the 79.91 to 93.76, right? So as we were talking about yesterday on a much bigger macro scale, we can see that all these kind of minor movements that are going on here, they're all great. We might still be in this B wave movement and we still look at this move here, but for the most part, we are still progressing our way to the upside, but we do have to respect the fact that markets don't move in straight lines. They do have to have nice healthy corrections to the downside before we get that progression to the upside. So all in all, if we do look to complete this here, it would basically be the beginning of our next biggest movement in the market for XRP. Ultimately though, if you zoom out far enough, we are just ranging. We aren't doing anything too glamorous at this point. And it's probably worth noting that we're still technically in a bearish structure that's yet to be broken. So we are looking for this downward price action first, and then we'll be looking for that break to the upwards direction afterwards. So all in all, I think we have got some pretty good target ranges. We'll look for 62 to 67 cent first, then correct, and then target out for the 79 to 93 cent after that. For the most part though, I think everything's kind of playing out as we were kind of looking for it, as expected, and yeah, for the most part, I think XRP is going to do remarkably well in the longer term. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. I'll keep this one nice and brief. If you found it useful, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, check it out. A link is in the description down below. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.
We are not financial advisors, and none of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.